Good evening. Tonight we bring you breaking news from one of the world's most strategically sensitive regions. Just hours ago, a U.S. fighter jet operating from the USS Abraham Lincoln shot down an Iranian drone in the skies above the Arabian Sea. This marks a direct and dramatic confrontation between two nations whose rivalry has shaped the geopolitics of the Middle East for decades. The incident unfolded on February 3, 2026, a date that may well be remembered as a turning point. It's a stark reminder of the region's volatility, where a single miscalculation can have global repercussions. The Arabian Sea is not just a distant body of water, it's a vital artery for the world's energy supplies. Every day, millions of barrels of oil pass through these waters, making any conflict here a direct threat to global economic stability and the flow of commerce. The drone, identified as a Shahed 139, was reportedly unarmed but was flying in a manner deemed aggressive by U.S. commanders. In a split-second decision, the order was given to shoot it down, a choice that could have far-reaching diplomatic and military consequences. This event underscores the razor's edge that U.S. forces walk every day in these waters, projecting power, maintaining deterrence, and trying to avoid the spark that could ignite a wider war. The shoot-down is more than just a headline or a fleeting news alert. It's a potential trigger point for a much broader conflict, one that could draw in allies and adversaries alike. In the coming minutes, we'll break down exactly what happened, why this incident matters so much, and what it could mean for the future of US-Iran relations and the fragile balance of power in the region. The stakes tonight are incredibly high. Understanding this moment is crucial, not just for policymakers, but for anyone concerned about peace, security, and the interconnectedness of our world. This is not just a military story, it's a window into the precarious state of our world, where a single incident can send shockwaves across continents and shape the course of history. To understand this incident, we must look at the decades of mistrust between the US and Iran, dating back to the 1979 Iranian Revolution. The US sees Iran's nuclear ambitions and regional actions as major threats, while Iran uses asymmetric tactics, like drones, to challenge US power. The Arabian Sea has become a stage for these provocations, with Iranian drones frequently testing US responses. The downing of the Shahed 139 is not isolated, it's the latest in a sustained campaign of intimidation. Yesterday, simmering tensions boiled over, pushing this shadow conflict into the open. On February 3, the USS Abraham Lincoln was operating in international waters, carrying out routine patrols and exercises as part of its ongoing mission to maintain security and stability in the region. The crew was vigilant, scanning the horizon and monitoring the skies for any potential threats, as is standard procedure in these tense waters. Suddenly, radar operators detected an Iranian Shahed 139 drone closing in on the carrier's position. The drone's approach was swift and deliberate, raising immediate concerns among the ship's officers about its intentions and the potential risks it posed to the vessel and its crew. Despite repeated warnings broadcast over radio frequencies and visual signals, the drone continued its approach, ignoring all attempts at communication. The tension on the bridge mounted as the seconds ticked by, forcing the carrier's commander to make a critical decision under immense pressure. With the threat escalating, a U.S. fighter jet was scrambled. The pilot locked onto the drone and, following strict protocols, launched an air-to-air missile. The missile streaked across the sky, intercepting and destroying the drone over the open ocean, neutralizing the danger in a matter of moments. CENTCOM later described the drone's actions as aggressive and provocative, emphasizing that the shootdown was a necessary act of self-defense to protect American lives and assets. The incident quickly made headlines, highlighting the growing risks posed by unmanned aerial vehicles in modern conflict zones. This event underscores the dangers of military drones, forcing commanders to make life-or-death decisions with little information and almost no time to weigh the consequences. In these high-stakes moments, hesitation can be fatal. Was the drone simply gathering intelligence, or was it preparing for a potential attack? The line between surveillance and aggression is often blurred, making every encounter fraught with uncertainty. In the heat of the moment, there's no time to find out. Commanders must act swiftly, relying on training, experience, and the rules of engagement to guide their actions. The rules of engagement are clear: defend the ship and crew at all costs. Every decision is made with the safety of those on board as the top priority. In this case, the line was crossed, and the response was decisive. a stark reminder of the split-second choices that define modern naval warfare. Washington responded swiftly, framing the shootdown as a necessary defensive act. CENTCOM warned Iran that continued harassment in international waters won't be tolerated. The White House echoed this, with President Trump backing the military's decision and reinforcing U.S. resolve. The timing is critical, just days before planned U.S.-Iran talks. The administration is using this show of force to strengthen its negotiating position. The message: the U.S. will protect its interests, and Iran faces a choice: diplomacy or escalation. The drone's downing is a clear signal. This incident's impact ripples far beyond the Arabian Sea, sending shockwaves through international corridors of power and diplomacy. It could derail or reshape upcoming U.S.-Iran talks, giving the U.S. leverage but risking Iranian withdrawal. The fragile trust built over months of back-channel negotiations now hangs in the balance, as both sides weigh their next moves carefully. Every gesture, every word, is scrutinized for signs of escalation or compromise. Oil markets react instantly. Any hint of conflict here can spike prices and threaten global economic growth. Investors and governments worldwide brace for volatility, knowing that even a brief disruption in this region can send energy costs soaring and ripple through industries from manufacturing to transportation. The risk of miscalculation is real. A single incident could spiral into wider war. Military planners on all sides are on edge, aware that misunderstandings or hasty decisions could ignite a conflict no one truly wants. Regional U.S. allies like Saudi Arabia and the UAE are on high alert, watching Washington's response for reassurance. Their own security strategies are being reviewed, as they prepare for any scenario that might unfold. They fear both escalation and the possibility of conflict spilling over their borders. For ordinary citizens, uncertainty grows, as families and businesses brace for the unknown. The drones, downing forces every nation in the region to reassess its security. Emergency meetings are called, alliances are tested, and military readiness is quietly increased. The stakes are enormous, for diplomacy, security, and the world economy. The world is watching, holding its breath as leaders decide whether to step back from the brink or risk plunging the region into deeper crisis. The U.S. has drawn a clear line. Aggressive actions by Iran will be met with force. The downing of the Shahed 139 was decisive, but the future is uncertain. Will this incident lead to renewed diplomacy or dangerous escalation? The upcoming talks are now critical. Their outcome could determine whether tensions cool or ignite. This is a case study in modern warfare, where drones and split-second decisions can change history. The story isn't over, the world is watching, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Stay tuned for updates on this developing story.